What's going on, YouTube? iPhone XS Max. Let's get into it. Alright, so my impressions on the iPhone. Well, I had this phone for a couple of days. So I went into the store, got my pre-order. I didn't play around with it on the display at all because it wasn't on the display when I pre-ordered it. So I just picked it up and then I activated it later on that day. And I must say, when I took it out the box, this phone felt like a brick. Now, obviously, we already knew that it was going to be about the same size as the iPhone 8, 7 Plus, but all screen. But coming from the iPhone 10, I just appreciate this size now. Yeah, I thought that it was like small, and I feel like it should have been a little bit bigger. But like, I don't know, maybe it was the reason why Apple made it 5.8 inches. Because this is very compact compared to this phone. But I already got this phone, and who doesn't like a bigger screen when it comes to watching videos and certain content? But I must say though, like when it comes to just like a comfort feel, I'm going to give it to the smaller model, the iPhone 10 and XS. So you can see how big it is, and I'm pretty sure you already seen the size comparisons by other big YouTubers and videos on the YouTube. That yes, the iPhone XS Max is significantly bigger, and it all boils down to your personal preference on what you like and what you want in a smartphone. So to that point, that leads us to the next topic: the price. Is it worth the upgrade? And honestly, if you're coming from an iPhone 10, no, it's not worth the upgrade. But if you're itching for an upgrade and you want that bigger display, then I mean, I got the 256 gigabyte model right here, and this is a 64 gigabyte model. But so you're looking at, over time, if you didn't buy it outright, $1,249. Already this phone was $1,000, so you're looking at about $250 more for you to restart. So like, you know, like I said, if you are itching for an upgrade and want a bigger screen, then yes, this is a nice upgrade. But honestly, to me, it's the same boring iOS. You all know I'm more of an Android fan. It's just Apple does things. They both have their pros and cons, and Apple does some things that kind of meets the pros, but I still prefer Android. So like having this phone, this iPhone 10, it's going to last you some years. It's gonna last you some years, so I wouldn't be too worried about, you know, upgrading to the iPhone XS Max if you don't, you know, have to, or you don't really need to. Just save your money, basically. As far as displays, they both pretty much identical. Apple probably made slight tweaks to the XS and XS Max because they look about the same. I already had great color accuracy on here, so they ported it over and probably made it a little bit better. You can probably see on the camera the yellows look slightly different. It's the same wallpaper. It didn't download it from different sources. It's the same kind of wallpaper. The blacks look a little bit more black, like a little bit more color looks like it's added to here than this. It looks slightly washed out a little bit, but they both look fantastic. And another thing too, like far as upgrading, there isn't really any significant changes, you know, to the, besides the XS Max. You get the bigger screen, and you know, you get slightly better cameras. You get that the exposure is fixed better than what it was on previous iPhones. But you know, still no headphone jack. They got rid of that a couple years ago. But now you get stereo recording if you're a person that's a fan of that. But honestly, that's good because the iPhone's mics sucked. Video was great, but the mics sucked on previous iPhones. And we'll see right now how the speakers compare, like which one sounds louder to you guys. play a little song. Turn the volume up, okay? And I don't own any of this content. I'll put the link in the description of what song this is. All right. Let's try this 10S Max and see how much louder it is compared to the last year's model. And as you can tell right there, this sounds a little bit louder, but it sounds pretty much the same. For the software, same. I mean, iOS 12. I don't know if there's an update yet because I rarely update my phone unless it pushes it. Pushes you to update it. But I mean, I've seen some differences in the apps. It looked pretty cool, but like already, like some of the glitches like within the apps that happen on the iPhone, the iOS 11. I'm already getting on the iPhone 10s Max out the box. Like I forgot what app it was. I think it was the message app. But like sometimes like the keyboard will be hidden, and then you got to like force close it, and even when you force close, you got to restart the phone for it to come back up. So I don't know what's up with that. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty fluid out the box. Honestly, like it's already 2018, and personally, I don't know. I just feel like Apple needs to allow the user to customize their phone how they want it. At least let us move around the apps. Make the apps smaller, stuff like this right here. It's just right here. This just looks like a toy. And that's probably just because I'm spoiled by the Android. As you can see, like over here on the Pixel, you see how you got the apps. I know I got them all together, but like still, you get the app drawer. You can move it around where you can see your wallpaper better, and just versus the Apple. I had to put an app right here just so I can get this to show. I can't move it anywhere on the screen. It automatically goes back to its start position. But other than that, it's Apple, it's iOS. So let me know what you think if you got the iPhone XS or the XS Max in the comments below. I might try to do a camera comparison, but I plan on selling this phone, so I don't know if I'll be able to get the iPhone X in it. Maybe I can probably see if I get like an 8 Plus or something like that from somebody and do a comparison on that, because that's usually, I think that's what the majority of people got from last year, the iPhone 8 Plus. And I might even throw in the Pixel 2 XL. But thank you for watching, guys. Until the next video.